A warm welcome for everyone. I am Bhavna Bullu, studying third year of College of Engineering, Usmania University. I once again welcome everyone. And today our bill in the session is Election Laws Amendment Bill passed in 2021. So here are some instructions for the participants today. First thing, every parliamentarian here will be given 2 minutes of time to express your views. And after one and a half minute, there will be a short buzzer. And at the end of 2 minutes, there will be a long buzzer. That's where you have to stop. If you even proceed further, honorable speaker will not consider those points and can state that they are not on record. So please end your discussion within 2 minutes. And please do not on your videos or audios until your names are called out. And while expressing your views, please make sure that your video is on. And now there will be a Google form link in the chat box where you can include your extra points, or you can upload any documents or any proof. And yeah, these are about the rules. So if you have any doubt regarding these rules, please DM me in the chat box and I'll be clarifying them out there. And without any further delay, I want to today welcome our judge. He is Mr. Rajeshwar Rao Garu. Welcome, sir. Rajeshwar Rao Garu is an assistant director in law at Police Academy. He practiced as an advocate for 12 years before joining service at APP in 2008. His experiences involves working for many versatile courts such as in Medak, Rangareddy, and Hyderabad. We are honored to be presenting such a determined and impeccable advocate as a judge for our youth parliament today. It's an honor to invite you, sir.
Thank you so much, Bhavna. Thank you for those nice words used for me. It's an honor for me. In fact, I have to say, to be associated with all younger colleagues like you all. Hoping for a nice experience. Let's get into it, ma.
Yes, sir. So, okay, I'll be calling out your names now. And when I call out your names, please on your video and audio and express your views. So give me a minute. I'll be calling your names. So first one, Vaishnavi.
So one thing for starting, sir. Actually, we have shared a Google Sheet link to your mail, so you can give marks in that link. Am I audible?
Abhinav, I got a printout of it. I'm having it in front of me.
Okay, sir.
I'll be putting it and then I'll be filling it up. Okay.
Thank you.
Issues. No issues. Thank you, Abhinav.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, Perumala Vaishnavi, she's not present here now. So we'll start with Ratna Kala. Ratna Kala.
Good afternoon, everyone. And Honorable Speaker, I am here to support this bill, Election Law Amendment Bill 2021. The Election Law Amendment Bill 2021 passed by the Lok Sabha by voice vote. This bill was introduced in Lok Sabha on December 2021. This bill is mainly brought to link voter ID with Aadhaar card. It amends Section 23 of the Representation of the People Act 1950. Through the bill, the government amending both the Representations of the People Acts of 1950 and 1951. One of its main provision creates a legal framework to link an electoral roll data with Aadhaar. The other reason to support this bill is the government said it was meant to strike out bogus voters, foreigners who are wrongfully included as voters, and also those who are enrolled in more than 2 constitutions. While tabling this bill, Union Minister Kiran Rajesh had said that only those who use bogus voters list will oppose this bill. Apart from this, the bill also seeks January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st has qualifying dates in additional to January 1st for the enrollment of 18 years old as voters. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next one is Shravani.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You are visible.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker. I'm Shravani. I'm here supporting the Election Laws Amendment Bill introduced in Lok Sabha on 20th December 2021, as this bill is in line with prevention of election manipulation. This bill seeks to link electoral rolls to the Aadhaar number, allowing electoral registration officer to add the 12-digit number of the applicant, and this will definitely prevent electoral fraud, and which is sometimes called election manipulation. And this bill has 4 qualifying dates for entry into electoral roll. Previously, only 1st January of every year was the sole qualifying date. People who turn on or before 1st January 18 can register as voter. Those turning 18 after have to wait for 1 whole year to register as voters. Amendment to Section 14 of the RP Act will allow 4 qualifying dates, that is 1st January, 1st April, 1st July, and 1st of October in the calendar every year will be the qualifying dates in relation to the preparation of electoral rolls. Amendment to Section 10 of RP Act 1950 and Section 60 of RP Act 1951 will allow the elections become gender neutral for service voters. The amendment helps replace the word wife with spouse, making the statuses gender neutral. An armyman's wife is entitled to be enrolled as a service voter, but a woman army officer's husband is not. With wife being replaced by the term spouse, this will change. Concluding, I will support the bill as it is going to the election system. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll be calling you in the order, and if your name is missed, you will be called in the last again. So yeah, next one is Sabah Shirin.
Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, ma, you are audible.
Good afternoon, Honorable Speaker, sir, and my dear fellow MPs. Here I am to support this bill because this bill, it provides many benefits. Like the first one is it prevents fraud voters. There are 2 types of frauds that can be happen, like the foreigners who are wrongly included as voters, and the second one is the duplication of voter ID cards. The voters, they are voting in more than one constituency. The second one is it helps to track the migrant workers and improve the election participation. The third one is it also increases the voter participation of age groups of 18 to 19 years old. According to 61st Constitutional Amendment Act of 1989, it lowered the age from 21 to 18 years. But due to RP Act of 1950, as the qualifying date is January 1st, the voter ID, whoever are applying, till they reach their voter IDs, they are reaching to the age of 20 and 21. So we are missing these 18 to 19 age group people. And also in 2018, we have only 30% of these group who are voting. And there are some loopholes in this bill, but these can also be sought by properly scrutinizing and implementing it. So we should have one nation, one election, and one vote. That elections, they are conducted with integrity. It should prevent fraud and make sure that people feel confident that they will be counted. Thank you.
Actually, it is Shirin.
Yes.
It is a warning buzzer. You have more 30 seconds. You can more speak for 30 seconds. There will be 2 buzzers actually.
Okay. So in 2018, we have like voters of only till 61% of voters. But if we include these migrant people who are facing this issue, I think we can also improve the percentage of voting. And also there are we were speaking migrant workers. There are many states who have the migration rate is higher, but due to these issue, they have lower voting level.
So you'll be given 2 minutes of time, in which after 1.5 minutes there will be a buzzer. It will be an alert, and after 2 minutes there will be a long buzzer. There you have to stop. So yeah, I think it's clear now. And yeah, I'll call out the next one. Sai Krishna Reddy.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Your video, please.
Participate in the important discussion pertaining to Election Laws Amendment Bill. I stand to support the amendment bill, which creates free and fair environment to conduct elections. The amendment of Section 14B, Representation of People 1950 Act, is a progressive and non-questionable one, as it increases the revision of electoral rolls once per year to 4 times per year, so that one need not wait for the end of the year for the inclusion of in electoral bill. The next part of the election bill to link Aadhaar card with voter ID is a debating topic, but it has more pros than cons. It will help to improve transparency by weeding out fake voters, non-citizens wrongfully included as voters, and those who figure in the electoral bills rolls more than in one constituency. The idea is to verify the identity of voters by linking to the Aadhaar database. The linking provides Election Commission of India with biometrics of a person, which helps Election Commission of India to identify genuine voters. So the process of linking voter IDs with the Aadhaar card would mean an intrusion to the privacy of individual, but the objective of purifying electoral roll will serve the public interest. An error-free electoral roll is an essential thing to conduct free and fair elections. Respected Speaker, this bill also supports the gender neutrality, the wife with spouse. The amendment also expands the purpose for requisition of premises for elections. These include using the premises for the accounting, storage of voting machines and poll-related materials, and accommodation of security forces and polling personals. Respected Speaker, in total, the bill is to promote free and fair elections with high probability of transparency. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, coming to the next one. Sanaya Siddiqui.
My vote, my voice, my power. Now it's time to build a better country, a better India. Respected dignitary and my fellow MPs, a very good morning to one and all. I'm Sanya Siddiqui, first year student of the Biomedical Engineering branch, and I'll be talking against the Election Laws Amendment Bill. This bill basically implements certain electoral reforms which my fellow MPs have already stated. In principle, everybody agrees that electoral rolls must not have any duplicate or false entries, but the motive of the government is seriously in question. Now, once you link the Aadhaar card to the electoral ID, and with big data playing such a big part in campaigns today, and there has also been an instance where electoral list with the telephone numbers has been leaked in Pondicherry before, where the ruling party did targeted advertising. With this, you have bank details, you have other details, you know who's getting what subsidy, what kind of benefit. This could be a complete unfair advantage. While the ostensible reason of cleaning the electoral list is accepted, but the ulterior motives are very severe. This could also be some kind of a Jim Crow tactic in America where you give the right to everybody, then you start giving stipulations to remove them away from the voter list. So what kind of motive, what kind of follow-up, what kind of security and what kind of privacy concerns we'll have? These all won't be addressed. Nothing is being addressed in the bill. On the headline, it looks good, but when you go into the deeper details, it is very, very worrying. So I strongly believe and I suggest that the further amendments regarding the security and privacy of each and every voter should be made in this law, where the details of every voter is secure and there should be no potential threat to a person's right to vote freely because the ballot is stronger than the bullet. Jai Hind and thank you.
Thank you. Mm, Yeah, Soumya Dumala.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon to Honorable Speaker and my dear fellow Park. We all know that Election Laws Amendment Bill 2021 passed on 20 December 2021 in Lok Sabha and passed on 21st December 2021 in Rajya Sabha. In my point of view, I think I'm completely supporting the Election Laws Amendment Bill because this bill implements certain electoral reforms, mainly the most important reforms including linking of Aadhaar with electoral roll data. By linking the Aadhaar with the electoral roll data, it prevents one of the major problems in electoral database, which is multiple enrollments of the same person at different places. For example, if a person casts their vote in more than same electoral rolls or in different places, this situation can be prevented. This may be due to the frequency of shifting of residence by the electors and getting enrolled in the new place without deleting the previous enrollments. So once the Aadhaar linkage is achieved, the electoral roll data system will instantly alert the existence of previous registrations when new registrations. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have Siripuram Spandana.
Salutations to all my beloved auditories and fellow participants. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Hope you would be doing well in this pandemic. Laws Amendment Bill 2021. There's a famous saying by Nathan: "Bad officials are elected by good citizens who don't vote." So this bill amends the Representation of People's Act 1950 and 1951 to implement certain electoral reforms in voting process. So some of reforms in Aadhaar and qualifying data for enrollment in electoral roll, so gender neutral provisions, etc. And it was brought in mind keeping in mind one nation, one election, and one voter ID list proposed by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. This amendment enables all voters to vote from anywhere in this nation. And let me take you to some of the pros and cons. Pros. First one, it increases the data for enrollment date for enrollment from only January 1 to January 1, April 1, July 1, and October 1. So one need not wait for the end of the year to apply for the inclusion. And the second one is voter ID Aadhaar linkage. This idea is to prevent the duplication and identifying the thefts in voting process. And third one, see, if a person dies, his voter ID is taken by another person and is being used. This amendment also helps to weed out the bogus voters and cheaters who cheat the nation, which should not be done. And fourth one is gender neutral provision. See, as discrimination against women was seen through all the phases of Indian history, and this amendment particularly replaces the term wife with spouse, which respects and dignifies the authority and position of women. So there's a con even it violates the but we can sort it out. We can sort it out easily. So for every negative point, there's a remedy needed to be taken in order to make the passed bill work efficiently. So with positive approach, we can turn this decision by Parliament into positive results. I strongly support this bill. We must make use of this amendment and prove that India is a democratic country in the world. And it's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here. So thank you, Youth Parliament, for making everyone conscious of what's happening in India. Thank you.
Thank you. So next one we have is Sri Ghana Raghava.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and my fellow parliamentarians. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you. I would strongly disagree with the election bill because it's already like Aadhaar card. The enrollment with Aadhaar card is already a fraudulent case because Aadhaar card enrollment we have seen fraudulent cases over the past. I mean, in the case of there's a 30-member gang in Kurnool which have on the date 28 December 2020 where people have where the police have caught the they have been voting for YSR Jagan party for YSR Jagan Party, where thousands of people have been enrolled. I'm sorry, I'm a bit anxiety. I have anxiety issues. I can't speak much, but I'll try to make my point a bit. Thank you.
Okay, it's okay. You were good until what you have said. So yeah, next we have. Give me a minute. Sorry. Next we have Supriya.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Election Law Amendment Bill 2021 passed by Lok Sabha. So I strongly support this bill due to some major two reasons. The first one is linking of Aadhaar card with voter ID. Yes, it has some consequences like privacy issues and it violates the Aadhaar Act. Though it violates nowadays in many cases we link our Aadhaar card like ration card, our scholarships, everything will be linked. Yes, those all come under government sites, but coming to voter, they does not come under government, but then it is handled by electoral commission's officers, but it is also said linking of Aadhaar is voluntary, not mandatory. So, of course, even though it is a right to privacy, it is the citizens' wish whether to link or not. It is not mandatory as mentioned. And the second reason why I strongly support is making the elections generally neutral for service voters. The word wife is replaced by spouse. And linking Aadhaar with voter ID will not be voluntary, will be voluntary, and no application for the inclusion of name in the electoral roll shall be denied. So instead of Aadhaar card, they can furnish. They are allowed to furnish other documents as may be prescribed. And the other laws like qualifying dates to be increased, those all are mentioned. But these are the two major reasons why I support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have Bala Srinija.
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah, you're audible.
Greetings to one and all. I am Bala Srinija from OU City, OU. Mr. Speaker, today I rise to acknowledge my support to the part of Election Laws Amendment Bill 2021. The bill was introduced because it was observed the lack of original aspects and disparity between the laws. Firstly, the bill revised 4 more qualifying dates for updating electoral roll so that the youth doesn't have to wait for long. Secondly, it brought into light the gender neutrality aspect for service voters to change the column wife with spouse, which should already have been done. Also, the expansion of security in election conducting premises. It permits the state government to requisite premises used as polling stations for storing ballot boxes. I agree till this part of the amendment. While I sincerely disagree with that it violates individual privacy by mandating the linkage. Voluntary does not mean the central government gave 10 clauses apart from saying it voluntary. Abiding the 10 clauses and saying it voluntary is contradicting itself.